Welcome to another episode of TeeVo and the Beard.
You can't see it, but I am TeeVo, and that is the beard.
And you also can't see it, but TeeVo is
on a lunch break,
slamming down the processed meat.
This episode brought by
Oscar Mayer Deli Flash.
Deli Flash.
Deli Flash. Yeah, it is the flesh of chickens.
Yeah, well, it is flesh.
It is.
Yeah. It is. So you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. Yeah, no.
It's not what they probably thought it was going to be.
No, there goes that. There goes that unofficial sponsorship right there. Either that, or come Halloween, they're gonna have a whole new line of commercials.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Eat flesh. So today we have two finales to talk about,
Two good finales,
yeah, and then an episode of iZombie.
Yes,
but before that, you said you had a bit of an icebreaker.
Yeah, let's just let's start our wave of get to know your podcasters.
Okay.
So
this is a little segment we're going to do during the summer break here, and so you get to know us a little bit more, make it a little bit more personal without giving too much information out.
And yes, it's a filler episode.
Yeah, but you can't skip it because you might miss something that connects to next week's.
It could.
Yeah.
So
unlike the Alex episode, we connect everything.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
So on Unqualified this week, they were doing like first stuff.
Okay.
I was like, all right, that's a simple enough.
Yeah, so everybody has firsts.
Let's get to know the beards first.
Okay. And again, this is a family-friendly show, so don't be scared off by the topic.
Well, we are going to go deep here.
Well, yeah.
And again, that was not a double entendre.
Right, yeah. I said we were family-friendly. I didn't say we were innuendo-free.
Yes. But that was not meant to be innuendo.
Right.
So, let's start off with first love.
First love. Are we talking person or?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was just like an open thing.
Well, I think we made our opinions and facts about geeky things well enough over the span of how many? 50?
Yeah, this is our 51st episode here. So
50 some odd ones. I think we kind of got that, but let's get to the other side of things.
Yeah. Okay. The first girl that I remember being quote unquote in love with was in second grade.
Ooh.
Yeah. She had long blonde hair, always wore like the frilly dresses, stuff like that. I have like this very like photographic, like that memory of picture day with her wearing this white spring hat and all that.
So
and
the little girl look.
Right, yeah. And that was the first time, because I've never been one of those that was afraid of girls. I wasn't afraid of cooties and all that. But this was the first one that I called my girlfriend.
Oh.
And then I met her again decades later.
Did she know who you were?
She did, and she reminded me.
Like, did you have to remind, or she...
No, she remembered.
And you...
Because she reminded me we had not broken up.
Were you with your wife?
Yeah, I mean, she was making a joke about how we hadn't broken up, but we had never... Because I had gone to a different school for third grade, so we just lost touch. We spoke a little bit during the summer, but that was before email and all that, so... We completely lost touch, but
Did you, in that encounter, did you know her instantly? And
not instantly, no, because she has short brown hair and wears glasses and wears jeans and T-shirts and stuff like that.
No summer hats. No,
not that I've seen, no. But yeah, her name was Amy Carter. And she used to work here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she used to work in one of the offices.
How about that?
And I'm sure you have talked to her on multiple occasions and had no clue you were talking to my ex-girlfriend.
Well,
my first love.
Well, did you break up?
Oh yeah, we finally broke up.
You broke up?
Yeah, after she realized that, after I told her I was married, and and had other girlfriends since then, and she said she had other boyfriends since then.
So you were mutually cheating on each other?
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Unknowingly on my part, because I honestly did not remember not breaking up with her, but... Yeah.
Well, how about that?
So that's probably the reason she stopped wearing the spring hats, is because of...
You broke it.
I broke up without broken up with her.
That memory is... The item is attached to the memory of you.
Yeah, and we had gotten reacquainted before I started working here. So, before she even started working here. So, we had lost touch again for a short while, and then I had called the office where she... then worked. She has since quit. And yeah, she said, "This is Amy Carter. How can I help you?" And I was like, Amy Carter? It's like, what are the chances? And no, it was her. So
did she know it was you?
Yeah. I have a distinct last name.
So you clearly made an impression more than than she did on you.
Well, maybe if she still had the long blonde hair and the sun hat, I would have remembered her.
Well, she doesn't, but she keeps knowing you.
Yeah, and that was before my Hawaiian shirt days and all that. So, that was before the beard had the beard.
Wouldn't it be? I would love to see a picture of second grade you, but with a beard.
That would be awesome.
I want to see what it would have been like.
If I can find a second grade picture, I will submit it to a Photoshopper and let them have at it. Because I would want it to look realistic.
But an actual representation of your actual beard. Not a Santa Claus beard.
Right. That's why I can't do it, because I would just do like, some MS Paint thing. It's like, that was drawn with a pencil, wasn't it?
Let's get not as deep.
Okay.
First CD you ever owned.
First CD was I was actually thinking about this one today. It was a compilation CD of hit Disney songs.
Okay.
Yeah. And that I bought in '94.
Do you remember said songs?
The Lion King was on there. So it might have been '96 that I bought this. Yeah, '96, not '94. '94 is when I wanted a CD player, but it wasn't until '96 that I could afford to get one.
So you had a CD, but you had no way of playing it.
Well, no, I got both simultaneously.
Oh, okay.
Because my
I wasn't judging, because I bought DVDs way before I bought a DVD player.
I mean, and also you're just sitting here eating lunch meat, so neither one of us can judge at this point. No, but I wanted a CD player when I was 14, but then I remembered I had to get a job to buy. My parents weren't going to buy me a CD player. I had cassettes. I didn't need anything else. So after buying the CD player, all I could afford was the cheapest CD Walmart had to offer, which was a compilation of, I think it had like Aladdin on there. It wasn't even like, these are the hit Disney songs. It was like,
here's some.
I think it was only like 5 songs on there.
Oh, wow.
Which, I mean, when you're going from cassette to CD, it's like, this is the same amount. What am I gaining?
A new shiny object.
Yeah.
So this one doesn't technically be like a first.
Okay.
But I guess it is, in a way. First summer of significance. And the way I put it this way is, the summer of 1998, I was 9 years old.
Okay.
And it was like one of the perfect summers of my life. It was the perfect amount of like laziness, but doing stuff. And I just think that's the first time I thought, man, this is summer. Since we are heading to summer days, what is the first summer of significance to you? Or do you even...
I don't think I
even
have
contemplate?
one.
Do you even think about those things?
No, I do think about these things. I don't...
Or is your life that sad?
This is me knowingly nodding at you. No, growing up, my parents never trusted me and my brother to be at home alone during the summer, so we always were either in some sort of somebody's home / quote daycare, where it's like, this is totally not legal, right? Or it was with, a babysitter, basically, so for most summers. And then when I was 16, I started working during the summers, and I haven't had a summer off since, and I'm 36 now.
And you're still not having summers off.
Right, yeah, so I'm going to take a hard pass on that one there. What was so great about 98?
Well,
I was 18 at the time. So.
Well, obviously it was great because I was still a kid, but I felt like I wasn't a little kid, so I knew, I was cognitive about stuff.
Oh yeah.
Sure. I nod sure. But at the time, you're like, yeah, I understand things now.
I'm a grown up. I understand the world at 9.
By my house was like a local, which doesn't really exist anymore, a local video rental place.
Yeah.
Which doesn't exist anyway.
Look in your history books, kids.
We had a local one, so me and my sister would go rent movies, almost anything.
Yeah.
Just whatever looked interesting. And a lot of them were rated R.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, whoa, we're getting movies I can't normally watch, but I can because we have a VCR. It's in my sister's room. My mom's not going to watch with us.
Yeah.
So we can totally do this. And almost every weekend went to the movies. Every day it was summer. Like I said, summer.
I was about to say, some things haven't changed for you, have they?
Well,
except now you can watch the rated R without any guilt.
Well, it's also the guilt of I'm paying for it.
Yeah, so
See, that's
it's
the
just
thing.
changed.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't necessarily changed the activities, just consequence free almost.
Right.
But just there was also like a friend relative we went to who had a pool, so we went there.
Yeah.
It was just one of those like times I look back like this was an awesome time.
Yeah.
Like I always said, if I could time travel, in like the time travel sense of like my mind goes to a former version of myself. So
Yeah. So
physically,
you know what you know now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, or like I would just isn't that a movie or a show where they go back to their like someone time travels to the former version of themselves? Like there's not
Hot
two.
Tub Time Machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would do that.
Okay.
That's a summer I would go to. And I would there's nothing I would change. I would just want to live it again.
Right.
It's like, what do I have to do when I get up? Guess I'll turn on TV. And that's about it. Or maybe I'll go ride my bike around the neighborhood. Great. Now, again, not different, but it's like, I probably should do laundry. I'm hungry. I should either go get food or go cook food.
Yeah.
Did I pay my bill?
Right.
Oh God, I gotta stop and do this. So
take a break from adulting.
it's the adulting that's just added to it now.
Yeah.
Which I mean that's just life. But one says I can't reminisce about times like those.
Yeah. Well, I guess then if I could pick one thing that happened to happen during the summer was when the first Jurassic Park came out.
And that was
94.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that, when you brought up the time traveling thing, that's what made me think of that. Because I would love to go back in time and, as that age, even if I didn't know what I know, especially not if I didn't bring the knowledge I have now back with me, just to see Jurassic Park again for the first time, experience that type of movie again, that would be very enjoyable. Because you can't.
I think you would enjoy yourself with the knowledge you know now, because it's like that. It's like when you show a movie that you think is great, to someone who has not seen it. But imagine everybody is that person.
Yeah.
So I think that would be fun.
It's like you all get to enjoy this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that would be kind of a trivial thing to enjoy. Should you be able to time travel like that?
But again, like you were saying, I wouldn't do anything different.
You're not going to shout out.
I would just go out there and.
You're not going to shout out, or you're not going to buy candy instead of popcorn.
Right. Yeah, and totally change my history because of that.
You would just want to just be there again.
Yeah, just because you can't re-experience stuff like that, especially like when they re-brought out Jurassic Park and made it 3D. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Because one, you're seeing it in a new experience. You're seeing it in a new type of theater and all that.
And B, you already saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, it all boils out of that.
But it's like with, talking about the past and all that, this is the 40th anniversary of Star Wars.
Yes.
And I was watching, I found on YouTube a version of the actual movie trailer, like not enhanced, not anything like that. And it's like, even though it's bad quality, you didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
And you still enjoyed it, and you can't redo that.
Well, I remember going to see, obviously I was not old enough to see the original Star Wars in theaters.
Yeah, neither was I on the first one.
But, however, I did see the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
And for whatever flack people want to give, but it was still an amazing experience.
Right.
Because Star Wars has this thing where... there is legacy and history weaved around it. So even though I knew nothing about anything Star Wars, I remember seeing the trailer to Phantom Menace and thinking, this is a big deal.
Oh yeah,
without knowing anything.
Yeah. And we all fought that going in.
But luckily
you kept that.
But luckily, well, see, I was only 10 when that came out. It's not that hard to impress a 10-year-old.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, granted, there are some movies I watched since then, like. I remember being excited to go see Lost in Space. Remember that movie?
Oh, yeah.
With William Hurt.
The TV show is better than that.
I remember being so excited, and I went to the theaters to watch it, and I remember having fun watching it in theaters. Then I bought it on DVD.
Oh.
I immediately... I sold it a little shortly after that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not as fun as I remember it to be.
I'm surprised you didn't pull the trash can up to your DVD player and just throw the whole thing.
Or we hit
there.
eject and just let it slip out into the trash can.
Oh no, I was thinking that maybe you ruined your whole DVD player by even putting it in there. It's like, nope, gotta buy a new one.
Yeah, I watched it and I was like, this is not as fun as I thought it was going to be. And many movies have been like that.
Yeah.
And then some, on the flip side, are better because I understand stuff. Going back to Anna Faris, my sister snuck me in to see Scary Movie.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't understand anything in that. See, I saw the previews, and I thought it was like, slapstick humor and all that.
Right.
Parody fun. I was like, yeah, I can get that.
Yeah.
Watching the movie, I just understood nothing.
Right.
I did not.
Because they're referencing movies that you hadn't been familiar with. Yeah.
Or the jokes were more for an age that was not for a 10-year-old.
Right.
So I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I told all my friends, like, oh, it sucks.
Right.
Because what should I tell you about Scary Movie? Then I watched it later, and I was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So I guess I would time travel back into my Scary Movie. But then again, they would be wondering why this 10-year-old was laughing at stuff like this.
Right.
Like, really hard.
It's like, he doesn't get that. No, I totally get it.
No, it's from the movie that, no, it's from, should I be not? And then I had to, what? No, I've never seen these movies.
Right. She's going to talk about this on her podcast in the future. I mean...
What's a podcast?
Yeah, right.
She's going on the radio.
Yeah.
Interviewing... like a disc jockey.
I'm gonna go get some Juju beans now.
What? Those don't exist? Oh no!
I've messed with the whole timeline now. I have Barry Allen'd it.
There are no Juju beans. But I think we have. I think that's a good conclusion to our segment of get to know each other.
And if anybody wants to know anything,
we're going to say more.
Yeah, but drop us some questions, and if we answer them, we answer them. If we don't, we don't. Don't feel offended if we don't. There's just some things that, like, we're not going to tell you where we are. We're not going to tell you where we record and our secret layer and all that.
I'm going to tell you how big things are.
We're talking about mustaches and beards.
Yes. Yes.
But what we are going to do is tell you our thoughts of Supergirl, Flash, and iZombie after this short break.
Excuse me! Spoiler alert!
And we're back. We've time traveled into the future about 3 seconds here.
Yes. So, should we just get the non-finale out of the way?
Yeah, let's get iZombie out of the way. It wasn't
a bad one.
I
do appreciate that Blaine has now found his villainy again.
Blaine is back.
Blaine is a bad guy again. And
Yep.
We like that.
Yeah. But even now, though, I think he is kind of skirting that line of, like, bad guy or anti-hero sort of thing, because he hasn't really done anything terrible yet.
He has not. He's just done terrible things. He's beginning to do terrible things, but
he's
they
doing
are
terrible
terrible
things to terrible people. Yeah. So, which is kind of Punisher-like, where it's like, okay, you're not a good guy, but you're not evil yet.
Yes.
But yeah, no, he's definitely taking care of business. He is back to being a zombie, which I am happy about.
Yes.
It's really good for the actor that plays him.
Yes.
I think he plays bad guy better than he plays nice guy. Yeah.
And I told him that.
Yeah, yeah. So he listened. So he brought it back.
He probably said, "Oh boy, I'm getting a lot of feedback about being a bad guy. We need to change this arc. Let's bring it back a little full circle."
Yeah, I want to bring up Liv a little bit though, because we did get a lot of Liv.
We did get
in this one.
Yes,
but it reminds me. It almost looks exactly like when she ate frat boy brain.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like the way she talked, the way she acted, all of that. So as far as her acting, I was not impressed. Even from the previews, I already had the mindset of I'm not going to end up enjoying this
I think I think we're starting to get a little fatigued with the brain a week thing.
Yeah,
I'm not fatigued by the murder cases,
right?
Because they're interesting, but the brain a week thing, I'm getting a little fatigued of that. I think.
Yeah,
just because it's going to be a wacky adventure, which.
But how many personalities are there out there that are that different that they can play with?
Exactly.
I am looking forward to next week, though, with the Dungeons and Dragons one, but that's just the geek side
of it.
I
hope it's good.
Yeah.
I hope.
But see, I go in expecting that one to be funny like the preschool teacher one was.
I don't know how many episodes we have left, but...
I'm not sure either. I think it's supposed to be until like June 27th or something like that, because it's like 13 episodes.
I will do a count after we are done with this.
Yeah.
But no Peyton this week. Or was she in it? Oh, that's bad.
I was about to say we need like a cricket noise here, because I don't think
I don't remember seeing her.
Man, that says a lot
Major
about
was
that
in it,
character.
right?
Major was in it, yeah.
What did Major do?
He got found out.
By the
the head woman in charge there.
Yes, okay.
Because when she's shaking his hand, and I when she told him to stay back in the office and did the handshake, I knew exactly what she was doing there.
That's right. Major was in it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's just bad.
This was a Blaine episode.
To me, even though it wasn't 100%, that's what I took from it.
Yeah, because I really didn't even care. I mean, the murder case I had already solved in my head.
Yeah.
From the beginning, it's like, it was the disgruntled employee that
they need to if they want to make it a real mystery. Sometimes they should stop introducing the first person that they interview or interrogate.
Yeah.
And have that be the person. Like, most of the time, it's the first person they talk to.
It's kind of like on CSI when like a big name star is the guest star. Yeah. It's like they're either going to die or they're the killer. Yes. That's the only two options.
And you know what? Who are we to mess with that formula?
Right.
It clearly has worked for many years.
Yeah.
So what?
But iZombie, don't be like CSI. Just do your own thing.
If you want that a better payoff.
Yeah.
It's just now I've guessed. Well, this first person they interrogated might be the one.
Yeah, because I mean I don't feel like the writers wanted us to pay attention to the murder at all in this. They were like, oh, let's just give Liv some wild things to do. And then occasionally...
but that's a worrisome thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're just doing it,
then there's no point to do it. Yeah. We know she's a zombie. She doesn't have to eat a brain every single episode. Though they are staying original with how she cooks it, at least.
They've always done that.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if they're just doing it for doing its sake.
Yeah.
At least with the first two seasons, there was a point.
Right.
Now it's just...
Or even like when she ate the dominatrix brain, you know, she had to eat that brain to figure out things. I think even without eating this brain, Clive could have figured it out by himself. Yeah. Yeah, he's too busy thinking about the Wally case.
Yes.
Though, which, of course, they subtly remind us we're still working on.
Yeah.
Just no leeway yet.
Yeah, exactly. So, Blaine,
and with his father issues, and Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie made more of an impact for me in this episode.
No, I'm really liking what that actor's doing with that character.
It's sad for the other people though.
Yeah,
it's like I only really remember Blaine and Donnie in this.
Yeah, it's like there's that curly-haired guy that works for Donnie, but not even sure his name.
Does he have a name?
I don't know. And then Blaine's dad is just Blaine's dad.
Yeah, he probably has a name.
He probably does.
I don't know it though.
But I love that Blaine didn't outright kill him. He just dropped him down the well.
Yep.
Yeah. And my wife was watching it with me, and she goes, "That's the same well that they used in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D." I go, "No, that's in Canada."
Yeah.
That they just did that. Good try, though.
Wells look the same, though.
Yeah, that is kind of an international look for the well. But it's like,
a very timeless look.
Yeah. It's like you're trying to make something that's nothing there.
But wouldn't it be crazy?
It would.
That we are saying this right now, but someone from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or iZombie is going, actually, this
is the only well that ever gets used on TV shows. Yeah. It's the only one we have the rights
to. So your wife, Mrs. Beard, would be right.
She was spot on. So Blaine's dad is going to come back as Hive.
Yes.
Next thing of iZombie.
Yes.
So he's just going to follow the Ward track now.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I wasn't liking his dad, and I like that in the past couple episodes he hasn't been there.
Even though he works better as a presence.
Right.
As what they did with him before they brought it back.
Yeah.
He works better as a presence. So, yeah.
Because he's not that intimidating.
He just looks weird.
Yeah.
But which I guess off-puts us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we get that he's a bad guy. Because you look at him, bad guy.
Right. But if he was just walking down the street, I would just think, tired businessman.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know. But I do...
Clearly we were already boring ourselves.
I know, right? No, I did want to bring up the last part, though, with when they go to the rally for the anti-zombiers.
Yeah.
And Ravi and Liv are supposed to be married, so she has on, the rose look instead of the
I like
look.
how that's like, oh, I'm gonna I'm going to tan and spray, but
Yeah.
really you didn't zombify
Right.
that night.
Yeah, so
So Rose McIver was like, "Oh yay!
my skin can breathe for part of an episode.
I can just show up willy-nilly now."
Yeah. But that one person is like, yeah, you look familiar. And she's like, yeah, like that person off the TV show with the weird name. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you know who. CW knows its shows.
Yes,
it knows
yes.
what it's talking about.
Yes, yes.
And I do think, though, that it was... They shouldn't have... It should have just been Ravi going there if they were going to make it such an easy out for her. Because when they get there, you know, they're doing the blood pressure thing to see if they're zombies or not.
How they didn't think that would happen anyway.
Yeah. But then after doing that, she's like, oh yeah, got a call from the babysitter. One of us has to go home. So she just leaves.
Yeah.
So it's like, what was really the point of bringing her there?
Drama.
For like 2 seconds.
Drama.
When the guy thinks he recognizes her and that's it. So, but
Mystery, suspense.
I'm hoping for comedy in the next episode, and I don't think it's going to be much of a murder case, because they've really been showing that. I want something dramatic to happen with Major, and because I mean now he's found out. So.
Yeah.
Oh, and the helicopter exploded.
Yes.
We totally forgot that. Is this the first time they've mentioned Zombie Island? Because they said she was going off to Zombie Island.
You know what?
And I was like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't...
You know what, Mr. Beard and our listeners? I'm gonna be honest. I was multitasking during this episode.
I don't think it would have mattered, though, because it's like when she goes off in the helicopter, Major's like, oh yeah, she's going off to Zombie Island, like it's no big deal. And I'm just like, I've never heard of Zombie Island before this.
I think
Is it Jurassic Park for zombies?
I think it's that island that they mentioned in the first episode of like the sanctuary type place.
Yeah. So they mentioned it once.
What purpose? I forgot.
Right.
But I think it was a pre-established thing.
Okay. So is this like where the Inhumans, but the zombies are, or is this going to be more like Jurassic Park where you had to survive if you go there?
No idea, but I want to talk about the finales now.
Yeah. So that was it for iZombie.
Yeah.
Move on to Supergirl?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we both agreed last week that if they took Mon-El out,
yes,
it needed to be for a reason. It needed to be something big, not just kill them all for, you know...
Or take them away.
Take them away.
The stakes had to be high enough that was the move they made.
Well, these were cows in Denver, Colorado, because the stakes have never been higher.
Yeah. So, on with that, just that part. So, the battle for National City, which still is like, okay, alien invasion still only took place in this one city,
right?
So,
but she did mention eventual conquest.
The eventual, but if you were in the next city, like the suburbs, you're like, wow, things are really like someone outside with the coffee mug. Wow, things are really
Back up, kids. In a couple of weeks, we're moving. We have time though, so don't rush.
It's okay.
Yeah.
As long as those ships stay there, we're okay.
Right. Yeah.
But just looking outside. Things in National City aren't doing too well today. Good thing we live in the suburbs.
Even the president's looking at it like, so you don't know where our capital is. That's good.
Yes,
That's good, yeah, because we didn't want you attacking that.
I did like that she said, there are more cities. Like, oh, good. I was worried you didn't know.
Right.
I was worried that Rayo was thinking, this is it. This encompasses Earth.
I didn't get a full Google Map thing of this. I just got the one city, so I didn't, expand out to see.
But the alien invaders, pushed all the cards, pushed every hand, forced everything.
Yep, and they are beaming down in the hundreds.
Yes. So the only thing that Team Supergirl could do was to use a Luthor device.
Right.
This Luthor device was dug up from the cobwebs and everything.
A couple episodes ago. Yeah. And then totally ignored and not mentioned.
Yep. A device that was supposed to be used with kryptonite.
Right.
To disperse kryptonite dust in the air, thus making Earth uninhabitable.
Right. It was going to be to get rid of Superman and make sure nobody came after him.
Perfect
idea.
Yeah. Well, they tweaked it so it dispersed lead, and as we saw in this season, lead is not cool with the Daxamites.
Right, but is it really cool for humans to be breathing in?
That's what I was thinking, and especially when it went off when Lily and Lena were like right there.
Right,
and also it was inside.
Right.
You would think
there are a few problems with this episode.
But so we're not saying it was perfect,
Right.
But it was entertaining.
Yeah, it definitely was.
But yeah, like I was like, what about we can get lead poisoning too.
Right.
It's
Very
not
easily.
as instantly deathly as Daxamite, but just saying.
Yeah, that's why a few episodes ago when he got shot and talked about being lead being poisonous, it's like, yeah, but you got shot. That would suck for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shouldn't it be really sucking for you right now? It's in your body.
Right. So yeah, lead, air.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's only going to affect the Daxamites.
Yes. But unfortunately, that does include our buddy.
That
Mono.
does.
And even, I love that Wynn even asked, wait, but he's going to be okay, right?
Yeah.
And old
Because
Superman.
everybody likes Monel now.
But old Superman said, well, you'd be okay a little bit longer.
And when he said that, I thought he meant for a couple more episodes into the new season, you're going to be okay. He meant
like
for a little
literally,
bit.
like literally a couple more
Yeah,
minutes.
it's like you're going to get to see your mom dissolve into ashes, and then you're going to be dead pretty soon after
yes,
that.
yes.
So.
But I like that because, and why it was the Daxamites forced their hand. So after the big Superman brawl with Supergirl,
Yeah.
which I still call shenanigans on,
Yeah, we're
and not because, and I know what you're saying, man, woman.
No, we're going to come back to that.
But anyway, it's after that, they find a way to hopefully resolve the alien invasion. An ancient, pretty much Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Except Rhea doesn't follow the rules.
No.
So instead of a single Mortal Kombat between Rhea and Supergirl, which is what apparently this thing is supposed to be.
Right, yeah.
She goes ahead
And technically that their fight was that.
Yeah,
So
but-
she's obeying the minimal rules.
Yes. But she also go ahead and told all her people, be like, you can still shoot things.
Yeah.
So if I
Blow
lose...
up National City.
Yeah, still shoot things.
Yeah.
And if I lose, which I'm not gonna...
Right.
Sure,
But
but...
I have a secret weapon
Yes.
Supergirl doesn't know about.
But they kept forcing their hands. Like, if they... And Supergirl even said, best case scenario, I beat her. She goes away. We're all cool. No one has to do anything.
Right.
No lead in the air.
Yeah.
But they made her.
Yeah. Yeah, so with that fight, Rhea does fair fighting. I mean, considering they're both aliens, it was, hand-to-hand combat. If you just looked at those scenes, she's obeying all the rules.
Yes.
And then she's like, all right, I'll give you a free punch. Just take it. And I thought, okay, she's got something up her
Apparently,
sleeve.
she is laced with kryptonite.
I did not see that coming.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that was a nice surprise because I thought she was going to have like some secret force field or something that she's been using.
So that was
that
their
weakened
fight.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
But as the title says, nevertheless, she persisted.
And she sure did.
Yep. Yeah, because she was fighting for her home, not for Krypton, but for Earth.
Because this is her national city.
National City, yeah.
We don't see her defending other places.
Yeah, she claimed Earth was her home, but no, she's fighting for one city.
Unless you count the invasion.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, whatever.
We don't include that for this.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's an Arrowverse Flash thing.
Yeah. But she did persist, and she won, but at cost.
Yeah.
At great cost.
Yeah, because she wasn't going to defeat her hand to hand.
Well, again, not only did she already tell, that Rhea had already tell her troops, yeah, go ahead and just blow stuff up.
Yeah.
But once it looked like she was going to be beaten, they specifically targeted places that were...
Yeah, hospitals and things like that.
Children.
Yeah.
So it was really the moment where Mon-El and Supergirl looked at each other, and he said, you gotta do it.
You gotta do it, yeah.
And I did appreciate that.
Yeah, but Rhea is one of those bad guys where it's like she read the rule book, she has it memorized so that she knows what it does not say. It's like nowhere in the rules does it say I can't shoot up hospitals while the fight's going on.
And I like the line that Mon-El gave to her, the gods would be upset.
Yeah.
And that you're doing this. Well, the gods only care about if I win.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just ensuring.
It's like my gods are on my side.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
How convenient.
So speaking of gods.
Yes.
So let's revisit the Superman-Supergirl fight.
It was aesthetically a very cool fight to watch.
It was.
I really wish they wouldn't have pushed the Zod stuff so much, because I was expecting
actual
Zod, not
I was wondering how he was going to come in And
I thought it was going to be how they ended the thing, you know. But no.
Which, I mean, they might end it with someone cooler than Zod.
Yeah.
But still, they pushed Zod coming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, announce the actor, just all this stuff that it was like, oh, he's going to be a character.
Yeah.
No, he's a hallucination.
Yes.
For a few seconds.
Yes.
It would have even been cool if it would have been like he had to fight the hallucination for quite a while, but it's like, no, it just shows him talking and stuff that we'd already seen in the preview.
Yes.
So boo on that.
But the fight was, again, I enjoyed watching our Kryptonian heroes battle each other.
Yeah.
But knowing comic lore, knowing the strength of both, I still call shenanigans.
Yeah.
And again, I'm sorry, this is not a male versus female thing.
Nope.
It is this is what they have shown Superman can do, and the forces he can take.
Yeah.
A la Supergirl. Mm-hmm. There are videos out there showing how hard you need to hit Superman to really knock him out.
Right.
And
there's comic book science behind it.
And I don't know if Supergirl has that.
Right. I mean, from my knowledge with the comics, the only thing she has more powerful than him is the heat vision.
Yes.
Because hers is supposed to be white, his is supposed to be red, which, again, they messed up with in this episode. But besides that, I mean, the heat vision's not going to mess with Superman.
Yes.
Yeah. But besides that, it's like, no, she's... As far as Kryptonians go, she is weaker than him.
Yes. And again, not a sexist thing.
No, these aren't characters that were just created today. These are characters who have a
large history.
Yeah.
And these things have been explained.
Yeah.
But, then again, you cannot have Superman win. The show is not called Superman.
Right.
It's called Supergirl. So you cannot have our main title hero.
No.
because that led into the Mortal Kombat. It's supposed to be the champion of Daxam versus champion of Earth.
Right.
And again, I love that Win says what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing it? Well, she beat me. So technically.
Her name's on the title card.
Exactly.
Sorry, can't do anything.
So, and I like how they boost Supergirl up.
Mm-hmm.
Like saying that she's brave for sacrificing Mon-El, her lover.
Yeah.
But I feel like they keep pegging Superman down.
Right, yeah.
It's like, I don't know if I could have done it.
Yeah, you could have.
No.
And it probably would have ended the same way.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. If it was Lois, I don't know. And then being controlled, the mind control thing is like, man, you guys really...
His mind is really easy to control.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So just little things like that. It's like, you guys are really pegging... like to take Superman a few pegs down.
Yeah. So if there's any sexism in there, it's kind of anti-Superman.
Yeah.
It's like, we know he's a superhero. We know what he can do.
Well, with the first episode he was in, he fought carbon copy Metallo.
Yeah.
While Supergirl got to fight actual Metallo. It's like, why are we even doing this?
Yeah, but it's like with Mon-El, they had more wiggle room because we don't really know that much about him. We don't know what he can do.
He does have a history, but you know.
It's not anywhere near the length of these two.
Nobody's debating Mon-El.
Right.
Maybe now they are.
Well, now they are, yeah.
But before that,
before this actor.
I never even heard of Mon-El.
Yeah, yeah.
But we all know Superman.
Right. Yeah, and even, most people know at least of Supergirl, and they know that she is different and not as strong as Superman.
Yes. And not because of a sexist thing.
Nope. At least not now. Maybe originally that's why.
Maybe.
But
I'm pretty sure. But even if you watch certain cartoons, she is drawn significantly smaller than Superman.
Yeah.
So just
smaller than a lot of the even smaller than Flash, and he's one of the skinnier ones.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
Sorry.
So speaking of our boy Mon-El.
Yes.
Yeah, so he didn't get ashed.
No.
He didn't die.
But he did give a wonderful last goodbye speech.
Yes.
Saying that he is now a better man.
Yep.
No matter where he goes, he will be a good man because of Supergirl.
Because thankfully the DEO doesn't throw away anything. And they have his ship that he came to Earth in, so now they're just like, we're just going to let you go somewhere. Space is a big place. You'll figure it out. You'll find a wormhole conveniently.
But I thought that, going on back to that scene, I thought it was wonderfully acted by the two actors.
Oh, yeah. And then we get the little precursor, the cliffhanger for next season. 35 years earlier.
Yes. Well, let's go back again to Mon-El.
Mhm.
So, in the comics, his fate was he got lead poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
So check that off the list.
Right.
And then he went to the Phantom Zone. While they didn't specify where he's going, he did get sucked into a wormhole.
Yeah.
And, you know, if we were betting mans...
Yeah, because that was a very convenient wormhole if it wasn't the Phantom Zone.
If we were betting mans, it's the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
My hope with that...
Mm-hmm.
My hope with that... Even though I'm sad Chris Wood is not going to be playing Mon-El in next season, that we know of, or at least on a regular base, they keep teasing us the Legion of Superhero.
Right.
Now, I am not anywhere near an expert on Legion Superhero.
No.
I even remember when the 2005 or 6 cartoon came on WB, the Saturday morning of WB.
Wow, yeah.
But I didn't like it because I was like, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
Like, aside from Superman, I don't know you people.
Yeah, DC started going down its B and C list.
Yes. So I'm aware that it exists, but they keep teasing it without any kind of payoff.
Right.
I would love the payoff to be, you know, Mon-El is saved from the Phantom Zone. It can happen totally off screen.
Yeah.
By the Legion. He is now their leader. Oh no, something... Doom has come upon National City. Our time-traveling Legion superhero comes back, and then Mon-El!
Yep. Yeah, we can still use them.
Yes. Maybe by then lead, went to the ground.
Right, yeah. I mean, it is lead.
And Legion Super has a large roster of people they can do.
Yeah.
And it could be filler for all I care.
And with that type of roster, it also gives the writers a lot of wiggle room. I mean,
it does.
When you bring people that most of us haven't heard of.
Overall, I would love for if we could just check up on Mon-El.
Right, yeah.
We just know, as long as you're okay.
Can we just peek into the Phantom Zone and see how it's going?
Yes.
Yeah.
But with this, I think that's more... Because I know a lot of people thought they were going to make a show. They could.
They could. I think it would hold up as much as Marvel's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
And we all see how that went.
Yes. I wanted it, but
right.
Clearly not.
It wasn't the most wanted.
It was not. So, all I want is we just check up on Mon-El.
Yeah.
If we see that he's okay, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And now the actual cliffhanger, the one that probably will definitely tie into next season.
Yeah, because it was a flashback.
The Mon-El thing. They could wait till a couple more seasons.
They could
figure out what happened with Mon-El from there.
Yeah.
So, but this one, a little more precedent.
Yeah.
So, again, 35 years ago, the day Krypton died.
Yep.
So we see baby Superman shoot off. Supergirl shoots off. We're like, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
It's like we have
great stock footage you keep using.
We have no show. We have no show if this can happen. But they showed obvious villainy Castle.
Yeah, I love how they they do a camera pan over to the dark side of Krypton. Everything's black and red.
Yes.
It's like, yeah.
Not only is it black and red, but people are wearing black and red.
My wife is like, those are bad guys. She doesn't watch this show on a regular basis, but it's like, it's that obvious. Anybody could walk into the room and go like,
those
not
are
good.
bad guys. Yeah. And then we get to a person rubbing blood on someone.
Yeah. On a baby. Yeah.
But they refer to as it.
Right.
They keep saying it will reign supreme or something. And the rocket shoots off.
Which looks like an evil Kryptonian rocket.
It does.
It's like a Kryptonian rocket just painted charcoal gray.
It does, yeah. Again, they have to make you know.
Yeah.
This is a bad guy.
If you had any question about this.
But the question is...
Who is it?
My popular guess is Doomsday.
Yeah.
And that's just that.
Yeah. But it's one of those guesses where if it is, great. If it's not, as long as it's something they do... I want them to do with a bad guy in the next season what they did not do with Katniss this season, because I expected more out of Katniss than what we got.
Well, see, my worry, again, with Doomsday is, well, we're going to go into comic knowledge, but Doomsday killed Superman.
Yeah.
So are you doing that again? Yeah. Or are we going to do it with
Supergirl?
Because someone got to die from this. It's Doomsday.
Right.
Like, he, at least in his short amount of time, comparatively to Superman, has a history. Yeah. People know Doomsday.
Yeah.
They know what he did.
And it's in his name.
Yeah. So, If they do puppy dogs and rainbows against Supergirl's battle against Doomsday, it's not going to work.
That would be impressive if they could successfully do puppy dogs and rainbows. Because I mean, they get rid of Mon-El with puppy dogs and rainbow feelings. Still, it's like we hate to see him leave, but at the same time, we're like, but we're still with you.
Yeah,
we're still with you, Supergirl.
Well, again, I was with it because it wasn't just willy-nilly we got rid of him.
Right.
It made sense.
Right. So I mean, there's no telling what they could do.
Yes. It's just with Doomsday, with the amount of history he has and what he has done, even in the movie.
Yeah. If I had to put money on it, I would say it's not Doomsday, but I mean, it could be.
I mean,
we'll do once
they say
once more things get released, we'll start making better predictions, more educated guesses.
Yes, but right off the bat, I have to say it's Doomsday.
Yeah, and since DC never hides anything, I'm sure by next month we're gonna know who it is, who it's being played by.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, by the time our audience listens to this, they'll know more than we do.
Yes.
So, but let's move on to the
good one,
other DC finale. Yes, we had a good one and a great one this week. So we did the good one first. Now we're gonna do the great one.
And it was great because for us here at TeeVo and the Beard, the Flash finale had a lot at stake.
It did. This was going to be the make it or break it for both of us.
And to me, make it.
It did. Because,
make it.
Well, I mean, the main thing we did not want is for this season to have been a waste of time.
Yes.
And if Flash would have gone back in time and quote-unquote fixed everything...
And it's not just because... so spoiler, but obviously, you're still wondering. We're totally talking spoilers.
If you just listen through Supergirl, you should know we're spoiled.
So, Iris died in the previous episode.
Yeah.
Well, we found out...
And it was great.
Yes. We found out it was a body switch.
Yes.
So, unfortunately, HR was the victim.
Yep, with that little light pen he has.
Yes, that's convenient light pen.
Yeah.
That they used once.
Yeah, and then didn't show up for a while, and we all thought, okay, it was just a nice little... FX effect there.
And then it came back the last episode, and now with this.
Yeah.
But HR was the victim.
Yep.
He switched place with the Iris.
Yeah, because he felt so guilty about telling
Savitar
where she was.
Yes. And she even asked, like, did you tell the others? Well, no. If I tell them, then he'll remember.
Yeah.
I have to do this, like, on my own.
Yeah.
It was very sad.
It was. I was like, keep Iris dead. Let's keep HR.
But it still explained, like, my worry about the Iris part specifically was, again, if you went back in time where they made some kind of convoluted way to bring her back, no dice.
Right.
But this explained it. It's like...
Well, and that's why my thought, and I don't remember if I had just told you or if I had said it on the episode, my thought was that it was Earth 2 Iris. They had just... Sure, it's still a sacrifice because you're still killing, somebody's daughter, but it's not as big to bury because that's not the one he loved.
Right.
But yeah, I was close. It wasn't real Iris. It was just someone I cared about more.
Yes. But the stakes were there.
Yes.
And the Team Flash has, they're not doing so well.
No, they are all messed up.
Yes. And I love the scene where, Tracy is pretty much going to abandon the team.
Yeah.
And then Harry walks in. It was like, too soon!
That is exactly what I screamed at the TV right there.
Yes.
It's like that. Do you guys not know what you're doing to people who aren't used to this?
Yeah. And I like how she looks at him. It's like, and he just goes, I'm not.
I've got the more gravelly voice.
And then he tries to quickly explain multiverse.
Yeah.
He's like, anyway.
Yeah. But go watch past episodes if you need to understand what.
Why is it that Harry's so much nice? I bet Harry was jealous of HR.
Yeah. Yeah, HR was the Harry that Harry wanted to be.
Yeah, because I like Harry in this episode.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you so mean to HR then?
Yeah.
Like, you were a jerk.
Right.
And we like you now again.
Yeah.
So I think you must have been jealous because I don't know why you couldn't have been two Harrison Wells we couldn't like at the same time.
Right. Yeah. So now you are the Harry we deserve.
Yes.
So, but yeah, and if she would have quit, that would have been perfectly understandable. I mean, it's like she just saw the person she fell in love with die. She saw her bazooka not work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that part explained well. We lost somebody.
Yeah.
But it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
The story made sense in itself to do so.
Yeah, and to me, it became a more impactful death.
Yeah.
Both for me as a viewer and for the characters.
Yes. So then the team doesn't know what to do next. Yep. And thankfully so, Captain Cold in the week 4 it says, use your strength. You are a hero.
Right.
Use that. So Barry was like, I will.
He's like, I will borrow some of Supergirl's puppy dogs and rainbows.
Yes.
So instead of just letting Barry no longer exist, I'm going to try to help him. I'm going to try to save evil Barry. And my thought is, are you actually trying to help him, or are you just trying to distract him so that he will disappear?
I think a little both.
Yeah, but mostly trying to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is close to puppy dogs and rainbows.
It was. I mean, I was getting a little bit of a cavity watching them.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that scene, if they don't bring this guy they keep mentioning this season, TeeVo, who is the Thinker, if he's not season 4 villain, it's like, why do you keep... This is the second time they name dropped this guy. It's like, well, clearly.
Yeah, because a lot of the Flash viewers aren't comic book readers, so they're going to be like, all right, we need
when
something.
Abracadabra said, it's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then it's like, but my critique on that part was he like, oh, this is where we did so-and-so to trick TeeVo. Yeah. What? Oh, you haven't gotten there. You know that!
Right.
you keep bragging how much you know what they're thinking.
It was a very Doctor Who River Song type conversation, because Doctor Who travels one way in time, River Song travels the opposite way.
Right.
So she'll mention things and she's like, oh yeah, that's in your future, my past.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, yeah, but that's okay in Doctor Who.
but
the Flash.
But it's two different people from what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is someone who keeps bragging that he knows exactly what Barry's thinking because he is Barry.
Right.
So to say an offhanded remark is like, you know he's not there yet.
Right. So you're teasing
fighting
all of us.
You.
Right.
This is not that wasn't a plot thing. It was a tease for us.
Right.
Hence why I said, if that is not season 4's villain, what is the point?
Yeah, because we need to get away from the big speedsters.
Yes.
It's, getting a little overdone here.
Well, there are still some good ones out there, but maybe take a break and then revisit it again.
Yeah, let's not use all of them up.
Yeah. But besides that, so we thought Puppy Dogs and Rainbows got to Evil Barry.
Right.
But it didn't.
Nope, it was his trick all along.
Yeah.
It was fake puppies. They were really, baby wolves.
Yeah. And the rainbows were...
They were rainbows,
monotone.
But they were evil rainbows.
They were monotone ones.
They weren't in the Roy G. Biv order.
No! So we get, so Savitar threatens Cisco to redo the speed bazooka.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah. This was another one that kind of surprised me, because how much he cares about Caitlin, I thought he actually did it. He actually helped him.
And the scene where Savitar is opening the portal, and then Killer Frost uses speed bazooka.
Yeah.
And it was working. I was like, oh my god. Like, what is happening? Well, first they killed the Black Flash.
Right.
And I'm mad.
And it was like that. I mean, it was...
I'm mad.
Yeah.
Because the Black Flash took away my favorite Flash.
Yeah.
And I'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
But that was a little anticlimactic for the being that was very scary throughout the whole Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like we've made this indestructible bad guy.
And all you gotta do is just freeze
him. And, you've had Captain Cold over here. You could have gotten rid of him a long time ago.
Exactly. But overall, if you're still wondering, did we enjoy the episode? Yes, we did.
Yeah.
And
that's why we have to nitpick.
Well, we were worried that it was going to have grand scale problems.
Yeah.
These are little problems.
Yeah.
We're thankful we got little problems.
Yes, because we got John Wesley Shipp back in this one.
Oh my god. We had talked about this beforehand, but I was multitasking during the credits where they list off all the names. I did not see John Wesley Shipp's name.
Yeah.
Unlike you, so you probably was like...
I knew he was coming. I didn't know how or when.
Yeah. But... I did not. In that moment when the speed bazooka did not work because Cisco, instead of fixing it, he just altered it.
Right.
To make a skeleton key so that Jay can escape. And boy, when he came out, I was like, oh my god!
It's the Flash!
Yeah! and then the other two Flashes come, and it's
like three Flashes versus Savitar with Gypsy and
Cisco
Vibe
versus Gypsy and Vibe versus Killer Frost.
And it's like we have these epic battles that are only going to last
2 seconds.
Yeah.
And I am grateful for what we got.
Yeah.
It was awesome to see
was.
the speedster battle.
Mm-hmm.
But if there are any people who know anybody that works at the Flash, specifically the writers,
Yeah.
you remember how, if you want to go back to our Gorilla City podcast, while we thought it was, I'm using air quotes, cool,
Right.
it was a large filler episode.
Definitely.
It cost a lot of money.
Yep.
You should pocket that money next time, and next season, if you're thinking about using a large-scale amount of money for a filler, save it for the big battle.
Definitely.
We can have fillers where, regular people cause destruction.
I mean, look at Supergirl. They made the Alex filler using no money.
Yeah. Just, regular stunt work.
Yeah.
So, just putting it out there, I feel like if they saved the money from Gorilla City and put it in the speedster battle...
Oh, this could have been a 2-hour episode.
Yes, that's what we need.
Yeah.
That, the Flash people, should have been a 2-hour...
Not 2 hours of Grodd, 2 hours of Savitar.
Yes. And if you're thinking, well, we got a whole season. Yeah, but
not like this.
Not like that.
No, this is one where it's like people were actually in danger that we didn't want to be in danger. We don't care about the citizens.
Yeah. Who cares?
The Flash cares about the citizens. We care about the Flash.
Yeah,
That's how the hierarchy goes.
But my other nitpicky moment. So Savitar manages to defeat the speedsters, except for the Flash.
Right.
Because, again, just like with Supergirl, the show is not called John Wesley Flash.
Right.
It's not called Kid Flash.
Right.
It's called The Flash.
Yep.
So he manages to phase himself through Savitar's armor, simultaneously pushing Evil Barry out.
Right.
And then take over the armor. My gripe is, so, again, they shoved it in our throats that both these people are Barry.
Right.
And then they have shown they sound exactly alike.
Yep, I know exactly where you're going there.
The only thing is that future Evil Barry has...
Jigsaw's voice.
Yes.
Inside the suit.
Yet present Barry...
Just sounds like Barry with a auto-tune thing. Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah,
Did they
I think I actually laughed at that part.
I did. I was like, did you forget to pay Tobin Bell? Did he say, like, I need X amount of more money? I'm not saying these lines.
Yeah.
Oh, we ran over. Well, I guess...
Just get Grant in here.
It's gonna look stupid now.
Right? Because, yeah, it was like, okay, if you wanted Savitar to not look scary, that's how you do it. You give him that voice.
Yep. Yep.
Because it's like, it doesn't matter. He could have said he was going to kill everybody and take over the world in Grant's voice. And yeah. Wouldn't have worked.
So that was my one moment of like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You're the same person. So.
Because the machine is what I figured kind of gave him the voice.
Yes. But apparently not. We don't know how it, and we never will, because as Barry defeated Savitar, he went to check on his friends.
Yeah, I like how he actually blows up the suit.
Yes.
It's like, we want to make sure he's defeated.
Defeats Savitar, but Savitar is not taking that. He says, if I'm going to go away, I'm going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
And he starts with Barry, but nope. Iris had something to say about that.
Yeah.
No, she was not playing around.
Yeah, Iris got a gun.
Yeah. And she shot him.
Yeah. Just like it was nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. We got a different version of Iris than we did in previous seasons.
Yeah.
I had totally forgotten about that because it keeps referring back to the newspaper article.
And then she even makes a joke. Huh, looks like I saved you.
Yeah, it's like,
har.
I see what you did there, Iris.
Yes. And minus the death of HR, it was...
Yeah, because they killed us twice there. They show him die, and then they show his funeral service, and I'm like, really, people? We know, we understand.
Minus the death of HR, we did get, as best puppy dogs and rainbows they could do still from that moment.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful service. We see that Killer Frost is not going to be Caitlin ever again.
Nope.
Neither is she going to be Killer Frost.
Yeah.
And I know I've said the whole season, got to be one way or the other.
Right. Unless it's something completely different, I guess. Cause...
Well, you know what? I'm curious to see where it's going to go.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in her story arc in this.
But I did read.
But I've got hope.
But I did read because, I am not an expert at everything DC.
Yeah.
I do see that Killer Frost is now a good guy in the comics.
Okay.
So it's not out of its, out of the realm to see Killer Frost be a good guy.
But is she Team Flash in the comics?
She's
Or is she kind of doing her own thing?
Team Batman.
Okay.
I don't know.
So for the show, she might just go out and do her own thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe she'll get one of these other cities who needs a superhero.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see where they're going to go with that.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I don't love it.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But it did lead things in a way. Again, even if you do stuff I don't like, if it plays out well enough, it's okay.
Well, it's not something we would have called because DC has really shown things black and white. You're either this or you're that.
Yeah.
You're Zoom or you're Flash. There's not any middle ground. So the fact that they took the middle ground, I was watching it like, I'm not happy with what you're doing, but I'm going to give it a chance.
But I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued where it's going to go.
Yeah. I do like, though, that she didn't change back to Caitlin. She had the opportunity right there. And, it was like,
because Cisco did make, or Julian did make a new thing.
Yeah.
To basically reverse it all.
Yeah, just wouldn't have to wear a necklace, anything.
Yeah.
You know?
But she didn't.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to see where it's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's also because it's a strong enough actress that I do want to keep her around.
Yeah, and I like her acting as Killer Frost, or whatever she names herself later, better than I liked her acting as Caitlin Snow. And that could be more on the writers than on her, but we'll find out.
We will.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So,
and then back with Puppy Dogs and Rainbows.
But we find out... Oh, go ahead.
Puppy Dogs and Rainbows, everything's great until...
And there's always an until. There's a skyquake.
Yes.
Because we can't call it... And this is not referencing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. there.
No.
But it's not an earthquake, because as Harry tells us, it's not an earthquake. Those come from below.
Yes.
Really.
Harry's still around, by the way.
Yeah. But it's like, you're going to give us the most rudimentary science lesson right now. Earthquakes come from the earth.
Yes. It is a Speed Force quake.
Yes.
And the Speed Force is not happy because, as we saw, Jay sacrificed himself earlier to let Wally escape. But as he explains, someone has to stay.
Yeah.
Right now, nobody's staying.
Nope.
Speed Force is not having that.
Nope.
And in a very touching moment, albeit rushed, but touching, Barry accepts his fate. This is his punishment.
Yep.
If he did not make Flashpoint, this whole season
wouldn't exist.
Wouldn't happen. Who knows what would have happened?
Yeah.
So he accepts the punishment and allows himself to be taken to Speed Force. And I love how they're like, well, what about the Flash? We have a Flash.
Yeah.
Right here. And I almost wanted to joke, if I were Wally, be like when Joe said, what about the Flash? I can still...
Yeah.
I can still run.
Right. Yeah, because there was one part where when Barry's saying bye to everyone and, Joe is like, I've never been more proud of my son or whatever like that. And Wally's not even on camera, but I just kind of imagine him just flicking Joe the bird right there. Just like, seriously, Dad? Biological son here.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
He's got ears. I have blood.
Yeah. It's like, never more proud. I became the Flash after, doing criminal activity.
Yeah.
Barry's always been a good guy.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
But
no, you're proud of him. That's fine.
Yeah. But he did accept his punishment. And I think that's why it became a great episode. Because, he did learn. Yeah. And that's what we wanted, we more or less we did not want. We did not want this season to be a waste. He learns no lessons.
Yeah.
And it went the opposite.
He learns and he accepts his consequences, punishment, or however he wants to word it. But
But I like that ending.
Yeah,
and clearly he's going to be back.
Right. Yeah.
But what I hope, and we'll maybe do more in depth when we learn more, much like with S.H.I.E.L.D., much like with Supergirl, probably more episodes in the summer when we learn more. But all we can say right now is initial speculation.
Yeah.
So I just hope that he's not coming back tomorrow. Right. When season 4 starts, it's not like the next day.
Yeah.
Woo!
Or not even the next day. He just jumps right back out the Speed Force. No time's passed.
Yep. So that's what I really hope they don't. But I don't think they will.
I'm hoping that we get to see Jay doing some extra training with Wally.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
And I wonder. I bet Earth. I guess Earth 2 is just fine without a Flash at all.
Earth 2 is screwed, right? It's got nobody. It doesn't even have Harry.
Well, I suppose it's fine because, like you said, so Harry is going to be our Harrison Wells. Tom Cavanaugh is going to be back as Harry.
Because we have to keep Tom Cavanaugh.
Yes.
We do.
So Harry's going to stay around. Didn't explicitly imply that Jay will be around.
Yeah.
But I hope he does.
But he wasn't leaving at the end.
Yeah.
So.
I hope he's around.
Yeah.
Because Earth 3 is taken care of by Jesse.
Right.
Earth 2 seems to be just fantastic without anybody.
Maybe superheroes actually cross over city lines in Earth 2. They have Hulk Girl helping them out, and Arrow's helping Midway City.
Yeah.
They're Flash is a nationalist. It's all mixed up there.
Exactly. So the fact that the world wasn't burning every other time we met Harry since Jesse left.
Yeah.
I guess we're fine.
Yeah.
But I do hope we get that kind of mentorship in the third season.
Yeah, because he needs to teach Wally, okay, these are the mistakes Barry made that you never... Here's a coffee cup. Let me demonstrate.
Let me just start out with this one.
Yeah.
You see this? Any of it? Don't do that.
Right.
Because as you see... perfect example. Yeah. Where's Barry?
Yeah, I taught Barry this lesson after he did it, so that was my bad.
Yeah, my bad. So. But he accepted his consequence.
Yeah.
So don't do it at all. There will be no consequence.
So one thing, though, that I do have to bring up about this season, did Joe ever get his accommodation that he was supposed to get?
No.
I know. It's like they crossed off everything on that dry erase board except for poor Joe.
Yeah. Never
got his award ceremony.
Yeah.
It's like, because I want to know what he was getting the award for.
Maybe he'll get it the next day.
Yeah, that'll be the season 4 opener. Will be he's finally got his award.
But I want to see how Wally's Flash costume is going to look like. Whether it's going to be any different from Barry's.
I'm hoping it stays yellow.
No, because he's a Flash now.
Yeah.
And when he took it up in the comics, he wore the red suit.
Yeah.
So they might just alter some things, maybe to accommodate his head.
Right. You got to let the hair keep growing up. Like
but Jay, yeah, and I like to think Jay will be around more than Jesse because Little Miss Violet Bean is getting more roles now.
Yeah,
good for her. But John Wesley is still raring to go.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's probably cheaper to get.
Probably. Especially if you throw the lightning bolt on him, then he definitely wants to jump in on it.
So, just saying, guys.
And give us some more Gypsy. Come on, I like the Gypsy Cisco. I don't even know how to combine their names.
Just go.
Just go.
Just go.
Just go. Yeah. Just go and give me some more
Just go.
Yeah. So, because I like their dynamic.
They have an interesting one.
Yeah.
But I think she's totally going to be back.
Yeah.
My hope is that, at least with cast-wise, everybody that we saw in the last scene... they're fine.
Yeah.
Don't hurt Jay anymore.
No. Don't.
I will say I like how when the Speed Force opened and all the speedsters knew that someone had to go. I like how Wally and Jay were like,
yeah, I think
nope.
I'm gonna have to rewatch, but I think Jay actually took a step back. Yeah. It's like not it.
But I like how Iris Wally and Jay said was hell, and I was like, yeah. That's why they were like.
It's like
it literally is your turn.
Hashtag not our Speed Force.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah.
So, any last thoughts of the day?
No, I think it was both. I was nervous about both finales. Both of them, I think, were very pleasing. Flash more so than Supergirl, just because Flash hit more emotions than Supergirl did. Because Mon-El, we will, I'm sure, get back somehow. We
better.
HR is not coming back.
HR is not coming back.
We'll have Harry, but
yes,
we've had Harrison Wells, Harry, and HR. We're not going to have HR again. We're just going to go in reverse order now.
We also will not have Harrison Wells back,
right?
But we lost him. They lost him way before they knew him. So
yeah. So, but all right. So
that is that. And next week. Next week's going to be interesting.
It'll be iZombie and filler stuff.
We're going to have to figure out if you have an idea of what we should do next week, please tell us.
Yeah. And there's going to be some positive changes coming for the show. I guess I should have put this at the beginning for people who didn't want spoilers, but we have a Tumblr site now, andthebeard.tumblr.com. I'm slowly...
Will this be in the description link?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm slowly moving things over to that, and then, follow us on all social media at...
Well, next week when we do... our summer episodes.
Yeah,
we'll start off with the good.
We'll definitely give them more details because hopefully I'll have more things moved over by then. So, but we'll see you next week.